Father Emil Kapaun was from a small farming town in Kansas. As a U.S. Army chaplain, he ended up on the front lines of the Korean War. In the winter of 1950, Kapaun's unit was surrounded by Korean and Chinese troops. Today, in a ceremony at the White House, President Obama described his heroic actions.
In the chaos, dodging bullets and explosions, Father Kapaun raced between foxholes, out past the front lines, and into no man's land, dragging the wounded to safety. When his commanders ordered an evacuation, he chose to stay, gathering the injured, tending to their wounds.
Having negotiated the safe surrender of the outnumbered American troops, Kapaun stepped in to save the life of an injured comrade lying in a ditch.
And Father Kapaun marched over and pushed the enemy soldier aside. And then, as the soldier watched, stunned, Father Kapaun carried that wounded American away.
Kapaun and the others were marched to a prisoner of war camp where they endured brutal conditions and torture. Survivors said the chaplain did more than anyone to keep them going. "He saved my life," a fellow prisoner wrote. "He made me fight to stay alive when dying was so simple. It was easier to die than live."
They starved on tiny rations of millet and corn and birdseed. He somehow snuck past the guards, foraged in nearby fields, and returned with rice and potatoes.
But Kapaun himself died in the camp. He was just 35. When those he saved came home, they called him a saint. Emil Kapaun's nephew came to Washington to receive the nation's highest military honor on his uncle's behalf.
This is the valor we honor today. An American soldier who didn't fire a gun, but who wielded the mightiest weapon of all. The love for his brothers so pure that he was willing to die so that they might live.
And some of those brothers were at the White House today, the culmination of a long campaign to see their former chaplain properly recognized. Paul Adams, BBC News, Washington.
Those American lives.